crafty people! Today we're going to be walking through how to use TCW's ColorSparx. These are a watercolor powder from Ken Oliver, and they are absolutely beautiful. And here are some examples of when I've used ColorSparx in the past that I want to walk you through today. So this is one where I combined it with some stencil texture butter and did a stencil. This is just the plain ColorSparx, and then I also have these two here, which are with some crackle paste that I'm going to recreate for you today. So one has the ColorSparx underneath and one has it on top. So I'm going to try to walk through a couple of these. These are some that I've done that are completely dried. This is the purple, and then this one is the green with a little bit of mica spray. But I just want to show you just the basics. So here I have some Ken Oliver watercolor paper. It's nice and heavy, and it actually has one side that's textured and the other side is smooth. So I decided to use the smooth side today. And so these ColorSparx are super nice because they're a powder and they're just very unique, and there's a lot of color in one. So I just wanted to go through and show you. So this is how it comes out. It has that tip and it has a little bit of powder that comes out. You want to use watercolor paper when you use these ColorSparx because you will be ending up using a lot of water to activate the color. And you just spray, and look how cool this is. And look at that blue. This is the turquoise, and it's just so vibrant. And you can see here, like, the more water you add, you can dilute the color more. And here's the purple, and just putting it in that water without even spraying first and watching how it spreads apart. Isn't that just awesome? And this purple also has like some tones of reds, and you'll notice pops of yellows. And the ColorSparx come in a pack of 3. So I have the pack that's the green, blue, and purple, and they all kind of just go together so beautifully, and you'll see how wildly cool this ends up looking. So I'm continuing to just spray it. And I'm just using some paper towel on my cardboard box here just to soak up that excess that's dripping off. But for now, this looks super cool, and I'm going to put it aside to dry. The main inspiration I had, I'm just picking up some of the excess with some more watercolor paper. But I do want to make some Easter eggs with this paper eventually. So here I'm going to use another technique where I'm putting a little bit of each color of the powder. So here's the purple, and then here's the green, and I have the blue at the top, and I'm gonna get a dry paintbrush here, and I'm just kind of mixing all the colors together, seeing, what kind of effect this will have once I spray it. How cool is that? So you can see how it kind of blended a little bit more, and here I have some of that distressed mica spray, and I'm gonna spray that on top and then add a little bit more water. And the distress spray just adds a little bit of shimmer, and you can see it there, and it kind of is moving around. But I decided to put a piece of paper towel on top just to get the excess water off, and then that can lighten up the colors as well. And look how pretty. I just love all these beautiful, just all the different colors. There's a little bit of white here in the corner, so I decided to add a little bit more color. There's a little bit of blue. And I just love adding it when the water is already down and you can kind of see it start to separate and just make that color burst, which I think is why it's called ColorSparx. I really love this product. I think it's so unique, and it's definitely something that I don't always do a lot of watercolor and mixed media stuff with card making. I sometimes do, but it's definitely something to add into your card making. It's so unique, and you could die cut out a word or something with this, and it would be so beautiful. So here I have some texture paste, and this is a crackle paste, and this one dries a little bit. I think it's like half transparent, so it's not completely clear and glossy. It's a little bit, has a matte finish. So here I'm going to put in some of the ColorSparx powder into the texture paste here. And when this dries, it's going to get all crackly. I don't have a plain. That first image I showed you is just like a gloss texture paste. So if you had a normal plain one, you could use that with stencils, and it turns out so beautiful. So you can see this really light green, but you can also see the streaks of red and blue that are in here. And this is the green pattern again. And here we go. Let me lift my paper. Sorry. There you go. So you can see little streaks of red. And I just love that these powdered watercolors have just so many different colors in them, and it just makes it so unique. So it's not just, you know, blue. It's like blue with hints of yellow and pops of red, and just different, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so cool, and I just think it's such a unique product, and you can use it in all these different ways, right? So you can mix it just as I am here with some texture paste, or you can use it like I just did, which I think is the most, probably the most common way to use ColorSparx, is to just spray it with that water and get that like firework effect, is how I feel it looks. So look at how beautiful this color, this purple is just such a nice dark, oh, and there's the streaks of red, and even the dark shades of purple and stuff like that. Just the different colors, I just love it. And obviously another way you can use ColorSparx would be to watercolor with it, so just adding some water. And what I love most about these colors is just how vibrant and bold they are. So this purple is just so beautiful. And then you can of course dilute by adding more water to it, but you can just use this as a basic watercolor and just paint. You can just paint with it, and this is such a great way to, you can utilize watercolors with die cutting. That's something I just did in our beginners class, where we watercolored some flowers, which is a lot of fun and adds another element to it. So here I'm just putting some of that crackle texture paste on my paper, and now it's dry. And here is the paste. Look at how cool. So there's the green, the blue, and the purple, and it has that crackle because that's what that paste is a crackle paste. So now we're going to take this plain paper that we use, and we're going to add some ColorSparx on top of it, like I showed you with my before example. I just wanted to show you how it looks while you do it live, right? So here it is, and look at all these colors getting in all the little cracks. Look at how cool this is. So it kind of reminded me of like scales or something. Kind of reminds me of like a mermaidy, especially these colors. Like look at all the little crackly pieces, and then the colors get caught in there. And you could do that a couple times too. And so here's our plain cardstock with just the ColorSparx, and then I'm just going to put a layer on top of it of that crackle paste, just to see kind of the effect it has after. So like before we put the ColorSparx on, and then the texture paste, and then doing it the other way. So these are the two. So here's the plain one, and then here's the one with the texture paste on top. So it does dilute that, you know, that color quite a bit, and it adds that texture. But I think I like this one the best, where we put the texture paste down first, and then we put the, so we put the crackle texture paste first, and then we put the ColorSparx on top of it. And I think that one turned out the best, in my opinion. So there it is next to the opposite, and I just think that looks so cool. And here is that big reveal, that huge paper that we did. How beautiful. Isn't this just a lovely effect? So this is the TCW ColorSparx, and this is how you use them. Many different ways and so many different possibilities, and I can't wait to make some cards and some Easter eggs. So make sure you click and subscribe and like this video to see more like it. Thanks so much for watching.